what's up, guys? Welcome into the Big Friday Kickoff Podcast. I'm Emily Cochran. He's Robert Ristaneo. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Always happy to have y'all here. It's been a crazy busy week. I feel like neither Robert or I have stopped one time this week, and it's only Wednesday. We've got high school basketball, the tournament going down, Final Four up in Birmingham. We've also got the men and women's Sunbelt basketball tournament going down over in Pensacola. So a lot of basketball going on this week, but that's not the only thing we're talking about in today's episode, Robert.
Yeah, that's right. We were trying to figure out what we wanted to do this week. I had a great episode last week with Joey Warner coming by to chat with us. And so this week is just going to be kind of a quick little grab bag of a bunch of different news stuff, probably shorter than most of our other episodes. But yeah, we're going to be talking a little high school basketball, a little WWE / Sunbelt basketball tournament down in Pensacola.
Yeah. The girls were throwing hands today,
yeah,
not the guys.
They were. Yeah. And, I figured we'd do a little high school football recruiting because it's that time of year. A lot of recruiting services are updating their rankings frequently. A lot of players are going through camps and 7-on-7 tournaments right now. So I figured we'd look at sort of the 2027 kind of top recruits from our area, senior class going into next year. So, a little bit of basketball, a little bit of football.
We also kicked off our Big Friday Kickoff Beyond the Gridiron Player of the Week. This is where we're getting into spring sports, and we get to talk about more than just football, get to give some girls some recognition. So we had our very first Spring Player of the Week for the 2026 season today, so make sure you head to the website, check that out. A Spanish Fort soccer player. She's only a freshman. Soccer's fun for me because y'all know I played soccer pretty much all my life. So, a lot of good stuff going on here today. So let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and start with high school basketball. I know that the Saraland boys lost in 6A today to Oxford. Their season comes to an end. I know we were really hoping they could pull out that win. It was a really big deal when they beat Murphy last week. I mean, it came down, I think it was a 1-point game? Was that 48-47?
I think so. Let me see. I got it pulled up right here.
Or 47-46?
It was 47-46. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So really close one for them to move on to this round. So just I hate to see them lose. That was a kind of a tough loss against Oxford today. But so that game is over. Saraland's season has come to an end. We still have a good one tonight. By the time this episode comes out, I think that the game will probably be over. But I
think it will.
We have the 5A LaFleur boys going. They're going head to head with. I'm blanking.
Winona.
Okay, that's right. Yep, that game probably tipped off about 4 minutes ago if they're not behind schedule.
Yep.
I know that's been kind of a common occurrence with some of these postseason games. They get a little delayed, and then each game gets delayed. So we will have a final score update for you on this one later on, so make sure you tune in to that. We also have some 7A games going down tomorrow. The Alma Bryant girls have a very, very difficult test against the number 1 team in the state in 7A, going head-to-head with Hoover. I've got to cover a lot of Alma Bryant here over the past few weeks, and I love them. I have a special place in my heart for the Hurricanes, absolutely. They kind of got on my head yesterday on Facebook about the record, their overall record this season. I kept saying...
and so did somebody else, I think, not associated with Alma Bryant, if I remember correctly.
No, I'm not going to name any names,
yeah.
but yeah.
I know who you are.
Robert.
It's a punk move.
Robert. I did get the record wrong, and I do apologize for all my Alma Bryant girls basketball fans out there. I'm a perfectionist, and I don't like to make a mistake, but to be fair, that's what I got from the box score from the folks up in Montgomery when they send us, the box score after they played the Fairhope girls. I mean, that's, what I'm going with. That's like official information. So for once, Max Preps was right.
Yeah.
Apparently. And that's not a common thing because anyone can log into Max Preps and manipulate information. We don't really trust Max Preps. But in this case, they were right. So the overall record is corrected. I think they're 25-6.
Yes, I believe so.
They're 25-6, not 23-8. So I'm sorry, my Hurricanes. Y'all know I love y'all, and I'm rooting for y'all tomorrow. And then we also have the Fairhope boys headed to the Final Four, going head-to-head with
Hoover.
Oh, my gosh, they're both okay, so Hoover boys and girls are both in the Final Four. Hoover apparently is kind of a powerhouse when it comes to basketball. Really, really strong teams. This is not going to be an easy feat for the Alma Bryant Hurricanes or the Fairhope Pirates. So going to be looking forward to all that action tomorrow. Of course, we'll have your full game recaps right here on Fox 10.
Yes,
and then who else?
As far as the Alma Bryant record thing goes, let me just say this.
Oh, here we go.
One, honest mistake, didn't hurt anybody. Everyone woke up the next day after reading it, and the story was still great. The story that Emily told about Alma Bryant was still great regardless. Some of y'all need to be posting less comments and worried about whether your team is playing in the postseason. Okay.
Oh gosh.
And y'all know who you are. So less Facebook fingers here, okay?
Oh,
and
man.
more how about we just celebrate the fact that our high school girls basketball and boys basketball are getting the attention that they deserve right now this time of year, and maybe slow down on the Facebook commenting. That's about all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Especially you non-Alma Bryant people.
Yeah. Goodness. Yeah. So, but it has been corrected. The correct record is on the website now, and I'm sorry for that mistake. I'm a little tenderhearted sometimes. I try not to be, but like I work really, really hard on like highlighting these kids and telling these stories, and I want to be right. I never want to put the wrong information out there. So when I do make a mistake and like people all point it out, I'm like, oh gosh, and I feel bad. But when you're in this business, it's what you signed up for.
Yep.
I mean, when your name's on a byline or you put a story out there on TV or on the website, like you open yourself up to being ridiculed. So I knew what I signed up for. It really doesn't happen to me that often.
No, it doesn't.
So, I mean, I am grateful for that. So it was a new thing for me. But yeah, all good now, all corrected.
You know, obviously we're talking about 7A, which will be going on probably by the time a lot of you are hearing this podcast, because we put it up late Wednesday night. But we already have a team in the state championship game. The Mobile Christian Lady Leopards beat Glencoe 55-42.
They sure did. And I think this was a bit of a surprise. I mean, were you a bit surprised?
I got to be honest, I don't know enough about Glencoe to be surprised. But I will say, you know, Alma Bryant, earlier on in the basketball season, just kind of looking at box scores, I realized that their two best players were twins, passed that information on to you, and you were able to tell their story earlier on in the year. And through all of that, I feel like we've had a pretty good relationship with the Alma Bryant girls team. I feel the same way about the Mobile Christian girls team. I feel like, you know.
I really, really enjoyed getting to cover them. I went out to a practice, and there's just so many things that you don't know that are going on behind the scenes. Like I would never have known that the head coach, Kenny Wright, has basically 3 family members on the team. He's got his daughter, his stepdaughter, and his cousin. Like those aren't things that you're getting from a box score. You don't get that until you go out there and you cover these teams. And I get to do that more when we get into the postseason because it dwindles down the amount of teams you have to cover at once. But I did go out to practice, had an absolute blast out there. I really, really love their head coach. They also have an extremely talented photographer photographer that sends back highlights and different stuff for us. And it's some of the best highlights that I've seen. I mean, it is so, so good. She's only 19. I need to make sure that I pronounce her name correctly. But I do give her credit every time that she sends me back highlights. But she's only 19. I know she wants to be in this business and do it for a living. Let me make sure. I do want to give her a shout out because she has been sending me stuff after each game. So I'm going to find it. Okay. Jacelyn. It's either Jacelyn or Jacqueline.
Okay.
Wrightington. I hope that that's right. Regardless, extremely talented, top-notch highlights. And then also like the post-game content that she gets of just like the reaction and then also the interviews with Coach that she sent me. I mean, if I had a photographer from every single high school, middle school, whatever sports, if there was someone that could send me that type of content, I could get so much more content out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm extremely, extremely impressed. And I was like, all right, Coach, if she ever needs like an internship or someone to shadow, please like let her come to Fox 10. And then maybe she could end up being full-time here because she's a superstar behind the camera. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's been really cool watching the Mobile Christian Lady Leopards kind of move through the tournament. Couple other things to note. We had plenty of teams make the Final Four, and, so far a handful of them have lost. I know we lost the Clark County girls. They lost in the Final Four. And Jackson, who was on their way to a three-peat.
The boys.
Yes, the boys. Yeah. And the girls were in the Final Four as well. But the boys were going for a three-peat, and they lost to Asheville last night. By
70-55.
Yeah, by 15. And the girls, it was...
They got curb stomped.
Yeah, 32-60. Was that right?
Was it 60-something to 32? I thought it was like 62...
Let me pull it up real
37.
Quick. But the only reason why I bring them up, and Saraland lost today also, boys.
They were tied at halftime. The Saraland boys
in
Oxford were tied 27-27 at the half, so it was close for a while. But
30-62 was the Jackson girls' score.
Okay.
But, great run by Jackson, back-to-back state champs. And for Clark County, the Jackson girls, Saraland boys, it's just great to make it to this point in the season, you know?
To even make it this far.
Right.
I mean, we had 8 teams.
Yes.
I think we had 8 teams in the Final Four.
We got 3 more.
Yeah, the only class that we didn't have a team come in from was 1A.
Right.
I mean, we had a team in every classification, and we had boys and girls in 4A, and then boys and girls in 7A. So, I mean, it's just been a really good season all the way around for our local teams. One thing I want to say about LaFleur is I know their head coach used to play basketball at LaFleur. And whether, we're recording this right now when they're playing, but whether or not they get the win tonight, I mean, they came into this tournament as the number 5 seed. They upset number 1 Williamson. And just what they've done in the postseason has been remarkable. I know they had to forfeit some games. That's why they ended up coming in as the number 5 seed. So just really, really happy for LaFleur and what they've been able to do. They typically have a pretty good basketball program, so it would be really cool for them to get the Blue Map Trophy this year. But they got to get through this one tonight. We will have a final score on the website later. Hopefully when we get out of here, we'll be able to, find out what's going on in that game.
Yes.
One thing I do want to mention before we move on from high school basketball, because I can tell you're ready to. Hadley Kelly, that plays for Mobile Christian. Mm-hmm. She's 6'1". Holy cow. She set a state record for 23 block shots in a single game. Yep. And then nationally, she's number 2 with that record. I mean, she's right behind Brittany Griner, who's number 1, and that record was set back in 2008. So she's continued that dominant postseason run, had a really good game yesterday. So I'm really pulling for Mobile Christian this year. Super excited for them. And so, yeah, I just wanted to give her a shout-out. She's a rock star. And she plays volleyball as well. I think she's going to play at Liberty.
Oh, okay.
She's going to play volleyball. Yeah. She's going to play volleyball at Liberty. And when I talked to Coach, he said that she uses some of her volleyball techniques in basketball. And he's like, hey, if that's working, then keep doing it. So, a lot of good stuff happening for our local high school basketball teams.
Yeah, and we'll, next week we'll obviously have all of the final scores from the state tournament when we do our episode next week. So we'll put a big bow on basketball next week and move on to kind of baseball, softball, soccer, all the spring stuff, track field.
And I'm going to Birmingham, by the way.
Yes, Emily will be up there. So if you see her, say
Friday and
hey.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll see. I mean, it kind of all depends on how the next, I'm definitely going to get to go for Friday's game, Mobile Christian, with them going. But we'll have to see if we have any teams playing on Saturday. I really, really hope that we do.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
No doubt. Okay, so moving from basketball, let's do a little football talk before we get out of here this week. Trying to come up with creative ways to kind of sprinkle in some football stuff throughout the off season. One thing that kind of lit the internet or high school football Twitter on fire, I guess, about a week ago was there were updated recruiting rankings for rivals in particular.
About the same time that Gunnar Rivers committed to NC State.
Yes, and, if you look at the rivals industry rankings, they look relatively they look about the same. If you look at just the rivals rankings on the website, which is the middle tab over there, That is their updated rankings. Scroll.
High school rankings?
Oh, you're there.
Or is that top 300?
I think that's top 300. Yeah, go back.
Robert coaching me through Rivals.
Yes, I'm trying to get her on the right thing. If you look right here.
Yeah, I need to get my eyes checked. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
A lot of controversy over these rankings, though. Gunnar Rivers was dropped to a 3-star in the latest one.
But now he's back up to a 4-star, is he not?
No.
Oh, he's not?
That's what I was saying. If you look at just the Rivals rankings, those are the updated ones.
What do I need to be looking at? Industry? Did you say industry comparison?
Yeah, you're on the 2025 class, though. So you want to make sure.
2026.
Okay, it should say like right here.
You want me to be in 2027?
That's where you got to be, yeah.
Okay.
And you got to make sure Alabama is selected as the state, so it's an easier thing to look at right here.
Yeah, see that you're okay. Here we go.
There we go.
All right. Break it down.
There we go. All right.
I see Ole Miss up here. I like that.
Yeah, I was about to say y'all are in it for the top guy. Okay, so after a little IT work there,
my bad, y'all.
We got it.
I'm not that old, I promise. But goodness,
we got it pulled up. So these updated Rivals rankings, like I said, couple notable things: dropped Gunnar Rivers down to a 3-star, moved him behind Jamison Roberts as the top quarterback in our area. Moved Isaac McNeil up to the number 1 player from our area in these rankings, above his teammate Jabarius Guerre.
Chicken.
Yeah, above Chicken. There's some notable movement in these rankings, and I just want to kind of run through what Rivals has compared to what the other major recruiting platform 24/7 has. Mm-hmm. So looking at this right now, top Alabama recruits in our area, as mentioned, Isaac McNeil from Viger, the linebacker, number 4 in the state, number 7 in his position. He's been getting a ton of offers the last couple years. I know that. The coaches have loved him for the last year and a half, really been hyping him up.
Looks like he's pretty high on Auburn. I'm sure Auburn fans love that.
Yes. I was about to say, if you click on each player, you can kind of go in and look at who's recruiting them. Yeah, I mean, he's got every SEC offer. So it looks like he's a heavy Auburn lean, according to this.
That's interesting when you got offers like Georgia, Alabama, Texas A&M. I mean, even Florida now, with the new head coach. I mean, interesting.
Yes. So Isaac McNeil, 4-star linebacker, sitting up there, number 1 player kind of from our area. Jalen Scott, number 2, the safety over there at Williamson. He's number 7 in the state overall. At one point, he was an LSU commit, heavy lean. He is not anymore.
Looking like Oklahoma.
Yeah, recruitment back open. It seems like Oklahoma is kind of the leader here right now for him. Yeah, and again, like a lot of these guys, every SEC team's pretty much offered. Looks like LSU isn't even on there anymore, which is kind of interesting.
It's because he don't want to go play for Lane Kiffin.
There you go. So see,
I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't want to either.
And just behind him, we kind of have a run here of local guys. Jamison Roberts, as mentioned, he's up to a 4-star, the number 1 QB in our area. Another heavy Oklahoma lean, it seems like. And then Jabarius Guerre, who was second in our area in the last recruiting rankings. He is now 9th overall in the state. Alabama commit, edge. That makes him the 4th ranked player from our area. So little bit of movement up there. And then, of course, you get down to number 13, Gunnar Rivers. 13th in the state, I should say. 5th in our area. He was the number 1 player in our area at one point.
And he was a 4-star.
And he was a 4-star.
And I'm going to tell you what I have heard through the grapevine. This is just rumor, but I hear that Rivals will drop them in their rankings if they don't come to their camps. They don't go to their Rivals camps, and I guess they get kind of like butthurt about it. I don't know. That's just a rumor. That's just what I've heard.
I've seen that as well.
But, like, if they're this good, I mean, I'm sorry, they don't have to go to your camps.
Yeah.
They don't have to go be seen at your camps. They're already getting recruited. If you have an offer from, like, 5 different SEC schools, why do you need to go to another camp, take another risk at potentially getting hurt?
Yep.
Or messing up, for that matter, and showing, like, a weakness? You don't want to have anything like that happen. So, I don't know. That could be true, could not be true. I could just be hearing rumors, but that's what I've heard.
Yeah, and again, these rankings are honestly just for, like, conversations like this. Like, they're not for anything more than just, I mean, I know the players like to see themselves ranked and like to see themselves highly ranked, obviously.
Oh, yeah, they love to share it. It's all over social media.
It's got no impact on how they're going to be
how
at the
they're
next
going to do
level.
in college.
Yes,
I
exactly.
mean, we've seen guys that go in that could maybe not have any stars and they absolutely blow up. And then you got guys that are 4 and 5 stars that get to the next level and they can't rise to the occasion.
Yep.
Like, at the end of the day, like, it's a different playing field when you get up to playing college ball. It's different. A lot more pressure. You're in a new system. I mean, how do you adapt to that? How do you adapt to your head coach and his coaching style? I mean, there's just a million factors that go into it. So, I mean, the stars and all, they're great right now, and they're good for, if you want to be seen and whatnot. They're good for recruiting and, like you said, conversation. But other than that, once you get to the next level, no one cares.
That's right.
No one cares.
Coming in next, we got a pair of defensive guys kind of back-to-back here in the rankings. One of them that I was kind of happy to see sort of jump up on this list that hadn't been here yet was A.J. Pauley for McGill.
I saw this.
He's a guy that has been picking up a lot of offers this offseason in particular, going into next year. Just recently grabbed an Alabama offer.
I saw that.
Seems like they are kind of the leader for him right now. I know Georgia Tech might be his most recent offer as of now, if I remember correctly. But very nice to see him on here. He's been kind of a fast riser this offseason. I know Pete Golding is recruiting him a little bit.
Hey. Hotty toddy. Come on down to Oxford, Mississippi. It's a great place. And I think he would love it.
Yes. So he comes in at 16th right now in the state, and at 17 right behind him, a very familiar name, Ellis McGaskin for Williamson. This is a kid who's been on these rankings really since his freshman year. I was looking at some of his numbers. Williamson does a very good job with their max preps. They always have, it seems like, up-to-date stats in there. And I was curious because the all-time career tackles record in Alabama is like six something, I think, something like that. If their max preps is correct, he's at like 430. And based on his pace, the last 3 seasons, because he's basically been playing since he was in 8th grade. I think he could break the record if those are official stats for the career tackles record. So, or at least get really close to the top.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So that'll be something to keep an eye on this year. I haven't really heard anyone mention that, but I think that'll definitely be something to watch this season. Moving on down a little bit at 22, Carter Davis, the wide receiver from Gulf Shores. Kind of Alabama-Auburn battle right there for him. He's going to be an exciting player to watch this year. Named fastest player in the state, I believe.
Yeah, sure was. Me and Larry were just talking about Carter back around the Super Bowl. And, but I've been watching, we've been watching Carter for the past little bit. Just extremely talented kid. So he's one of the ones that I'm really excited to see this next season.
Yes, no doubt. And then coming in behind him, one of my favorite players in the area here, Miguel Seatbelt Wilson, coming in at 28. Yep. I know Kentucky has reoffered him under our new coaching staff. So
come on, Robert.
Go Cats. Come on, Miguel. Come on down.
No.
His recruitment seems kind of wide open right now. He's got a bunch of teams that have offered him, and he seems like the interest levels are kind of spread out across the board. So we'll see how that goes. I think he's due for a big year, and I think attention on him will only continue to grow. That's the third Viger defender on this list.
Viger just always produces really, really talented guys.
So we've got three for Viger, 2 for Williamson, and I've got a note on that here in just a second when we finish up 2027.
Okay.
And then coming in at number 37 after Miguel, Will Abrams for St. Paul's. He was another name that kind of popped up on this list. He's somebody who I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot the last 2 seasons, so I was kind of surprised that he's still at St. Paul's. I kind of thought he was a senior this past year. So he's due for a big year, especially with no Tank there. He's kind of the lead linebacker.
He'll be the go-to guy
Yeah.
this year at that position. So good for him.
And then closing it out, our 4th Viger defender, Emmanuel Gales, number 41. He is somebody that, I was looking at him because he had a huge year 2 years ago. And last season, I was looking at some of his numbers, and they were good by most measurements, but they weren't what he had put up the year before. So I almost wonder if maybe he had an injury this past year or something. I'm not sure, but
it's possible.
Yeah,
he's got some big time offers.
Oh yeah. No, he's a big time recruit. So
Ole Miss is on there.
Hey, there you go.
Mississippi State is too, and Louisville.
Ugh, don't go there. What
Michigan,
are you doing?
Jackson State. Jackson State's at the top of this list.
Yes. So he so that is 4 Viger defenders on that list. Real quick, I just want to mention something about Williamson. They also have DeMarcus Dale Brown, who is ranked 6th in the state next year as an edge rusher on defense in the 2028 class. And then in the 2029 class, I know they've got Captain Mutterland Jr., who is a big-time recruit, picking up all kinds of offers already. So there's a lot of talent at Viger and Williamson, coming up the roadway there.
And how cool is it that those are 2 teams in 5A down here that can play one another?
Oh, I know, exactly.
And that's like one of the most fun games to go to is when Viger and Williamson play one another, and they've got all this talent on these, all these top recruits coming out of these 2 programs.
Yes,
that are inner city schools that really don't have the same resources compared to these private schools and city schools, but they still just keep cranking out talent.
Yeah, and Williamson actually, I was trying to pull it up. Some of these recruiting classes, like down the road, are a little bit harder to look at sometimes. Captain Mutterland Jr. in 2029, and they've also got. There was one other one that I was going to mention. Reggie Ward in next year's class. He's starting to get some offers in the 2028 class, another linebacker. So all kinds of talent all over that Williamson defense and Viger defense. So if that tells you anything you need to know about how next year's going to be down in the new 4A, the Viger and Williamson defenses have not gone anywhere. That'll really just depend on how well their offenses can do.
Yep.
So that was the Rivals rankings. I figured you want to take a quick look at 24/7. That's kind of the other big recruiting service that ranks these guys. They have a few less ranked than Rivals does. And for 24/7, we have the top 3 players in the state right down here in our area. Gunnar Rivers, Isaac McNeil, and Jabarius Gare, 1, 2, and 3.
I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah, so... And then Jalen Scott at 5. So really 4 of the top 5.
And they've got Gunnar as a 4-star here.
Yep.
Interesting.
And then Jamison Roberts down at 14 as a 3-star, kind of right there on the edge of 3 and 4-star. And then you've got Ellis McGaskin at 20, also a 3-star. And Carter Davis at 26. AJ Pauly down there at 29th. And that's all they got. So no Will Abrams, no Miguel Wilson, no Emmanuel Gales like Rivals had, but much higher on our top-end guys 24/7 is. Rivals has a few more players in our area ranked. So, little difference in recruiting services there. But nonetheless, I think it just goes to show we got a lot of players in this area, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we have some of the top talent compared to anywhere in the country when it comes to, I mean, all sports, but definitely high school football.
Yeah.
And then we have a lot of guys that move on and they play at the next level, and then they end up in the NFL, then they end up in the Hall of Fame. I mean, we have those type of guys that come out of this area. So it's really fun to cover sports down here in the Alabama Gulf Coast and the surrounding areas. Because, I mean, we cover as far as, Jackson and Leroy and McIntosh. And then we cover as far as, Irvington. And then, I mean, we're covering it in all directions.
Yes.
So we got a pretty, large pool to pick talent from. But the talent that comes out of right here in the Mobile area, out of our backyard, I mean, it kind of is crazy, like the caliber of players that move on and play at the next level and have so much success.
Yeah, and that's not even, we didn't really get into the 2028 and 2029 classes, but, you got someone like Lee Steele down there in Orange Beach who has Division I offers for football and basketball, So, I mean, there's just a ton of talent. We're gonna keep trying to touch on football every week, maybe try and have some more football-focused guests throughout the offseason leading up to kind of some of our preseason coverage, which kind of working on right now, kind of not. Did a lot of it like a week or two ago and kind of just put it away for a little while, so it's a process, but
it's a busy time of year, too.
Yes.
Like, to try and keep juggling football while also trying to juggle. I mean, in the fall, it's just football. But then when you get to the spring, it's softball, baseball, soccer, and it's boys and girls. And then you have track and tennis and golf. And there's just so many things to do in the spring. You think that it would slow down after football season. It absolutely does not. So.
No, and one other note real quick. We can get out of here on this note. Janie Ford.
Yes, and Morgan Davis. Yes, I want to give a shout out to Janie Ford. She's been our player of the week out of St. Paul's track many times. I mean, she's just an absolute stud of an athlete, and she is an SEC champion at Vanderbilt. This is her freshman year at Vanderbilt. So I just want to say congratulations to Janie Ford. We also have Morgan Davis out of Saraland, another track star. She's at Texas A&M, and she is also an SEC champion. So what are the odds that we have two track stars out of our area, and they're bringing home SEC titles?
Yeah, and those two are probably going to be Olympians one day.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, Janie has always done so well in the pentathlon. The only reason I know how to say pentathlon is because of Janie Ford.
Yeah.
Because we've covered her so much, and she's the top pentathlete. So, like, I've had to learn how to say those words thanks to Janie. And also covered Morgan when she was in high school at Saraland. So it's just really cool. Just like full circle moments to get to see them as what we considered them to be babies at the time. And now they're, look at them, just kicking butt and taking names at the collegiate level. So shout out to those two. Super happy for y'all.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I think that probably does it for this week. Kind of in the middle of basketball, so we're, only have so much to recap. We got games going on right now, so, I guess we'll get out of here on that note.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for being here with us on the Big Friday Kickoff Podcast. I'm Emily Cochran. He's Robert Ristaneo. We will see y'all next week.